down. I don't know why. It just makes it easier, especially for lives. It makes it easier to read the fucking thing. So uh, it's my 50th birthday. I thought I'd come live and have some coffee with you motherfuckers and just answer a little bit of Q&A. And if nobody shows up, nobody shows up. So we're all good. Today, what I plan on doing for my 50th Bday, I'm going to work out really fucking hard for about an hour on the TRX here, coming up when I'm done with you motherfuckers. And then I'm going to go kayaking for probably about 4 or 5 hours. And me and my son and his girlfriend and my wife are gonna head out. We're gonna celebrate her birthday, which is earlier this week, and it's gonna be Indian food, I believe. I'm gonna eat whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna come back here and probably set the sex swing. Like just be like fucking. Let's let's see. Happy birthday, oh, everybody! Thank you for the birthday with us. Now you're not just bald, you're old. I've been old, motherfucker. Okay. Jason Todd asked what happened to the fitness addict. I'm going to go over this real quick with all you guys. I don't fucking care what went over with Tyrone or what's going on with Tyrone. I don't care what the fuck he's doing. I don't care what the fuck Vince is doing or the other Vince. I don't give a fuck what any of these motherfuckers are doing. 2021, moving forward, I'm going to try to be entertaining. I hope you guys like it. If you don't, you don't. I'm going to try to make sure it's facts based, and I'm going to try to make sure that I fucking that I do videos that I think are important. I try not to do any throwaway videos or just videos for the can, as most fitness YouTubers do. They make videos every day, whether they have something to talk about or not. It's disgusting. I mean, it's pathetic. I mean, and if you motherfuckers are looking, you're all pathetic. You're pathetic little bitches. But I look down upon you. But I'm not gonna be talking about those motherfuckers no more. I couldn't give a fuck less. It's time to. Everybody needs to grow the fuck up. It's time to get healthy. I mean, like, after these last year and a half, it's time to fucking get healthy. So please stop asking about Tyrone. Please stop asking about Vince. If you guys love videos on them so much, you guys should make them. Tag me in them. I'll find them entertaining. But I'm gonna focus on, trying to reverse a societal issue and try to be entertaining while doing it. I guess. If I am, I am. I'm not. But I'm not going to make no more roasting videos. I'm not going to sit down, watch some dude's video that is obviously stupid. I mean, they're clear morons. Why should I keep saying? Why do we keep saying over and over and over again that these motherfuckers are morons? Like, as people create more and more content based off of these foolish idiots, as I've done before. But once people keep adding on to the content. All you're doing is letting them in the fucking algorithm more. You think that the average person understands that when they see V-Shred's ads more often, that your video meant anything? It's almost helping them that it's become so popular to roast these fucking people. And beyond that, what else can I say? He is dumb. They're all dumb. Every single one of them, even the ones that you guys don't like me to roast, like the fucking morons that say take fucking ephedrine, caffeine, and fucking sleeping pills for weight loss. Like, that's clearly moronic. It's unbelievably, utterly stupid, but people don't like when that's pointed out. They're all morons. Most fitness YouTubers have very little idea what they're doing outside their very serious, very finite scope of specialty. They have very little fucking idea, but they will give you advice on every motherfucking thing. Like, if you notice, I'm not giving advice anymore on lifting weights or anything like that. Let somebody else that's more qualified than me at that. But everybody will talk about this, everybody will talk about that, when most of them have no fucking idea. And you know what? For a lot of it, I have fucking cat scratch, fucking awesome sauce. For the most part, if we can just get decent information out, fine. But if it's stupid, why would we proliferate stupid information anymore? I'm not saying I'm not going to make videos like talking about other people's content, especially when it gets really stupid. But I think we've established that Tyrone and Vince are both fucking morons. I'm done talking about them. Happy birthday. Make sure you don't celebrate with a protein shake from the fitness addict, of course. And don't be wrong, I'm not upset when people bring them up. It's like part of the history of the channel. But I'm not going to be making any more videos on him. I can guarantee it. Etsy, happy birthday. You look, Mr. Roast, you're going to keep missing them. Love your tattoos. Thank you. You're moving on from fat liberators too. I'm going to keep talking about fat acceptance. I'm going to keep talking about the issues for the problems with our society that deal around obesity, because it is destroying society. I mean, it truly is. So no more Tess Holiday. I don't roast Tess Holiday. That's the thing. Like, you guys have got it all fucking twisted. You guys think that I roast Tess Holiday like I roast Vince and roast Tyrone. For you guys to equate something I do for comedy that real like who is Tyrone and Vince going to hurt? Who like for real? Vince could fuck up some people's relationship with food, but nobody that knows anything about lifting that could lift any serious amount of weight is going to actually follow him to the point where they're going to seriously hurt themselves. Now, I'm not saying it won't happen but anybody, any trainer can, like a person can hurt themselves on any training method. But Tess Holiday tells people that you can be healthy and eat whatever fuck you want. That's dangerous on a grand scale. Vince, a lot of people have to put forth physical effort to do his shit. So I'm going to keep talking about like for any of you to actually equate what I talk about with fat acceptance to my old roasts, you're like got like fucking like pudding inside of you. That's soft because I take it very easy on the fat acceptance people compared to the other ones, like extremely easy. They're not the same content at all. What presents did I get? I'm not going to tell you what my wife gave me. What's your opinion of what's your opinion? What's your opinion? Who are slightly underweight? They should try. They should try to get to a healthier weight. That's my opinion. My opinion on everybody that's not at a healthy weight is that they should try to get to a healthier weight. Like, why would there be a difference of like one unhealthy endeavor is another unhealthy endeavor? Folks. I will be right back. I'm going to pause you for a second. I'm sorry about that, folks. My dog needed to go outside. So, let's see. Have you been watching the Washed Up Loser Olympics? Uh, no. CrossFit Games? I didn't even know the CrossFit Games were on right now. Happy birthday, anyway. Are those parrots in the background? No, they're just. I think they could actually be the owls because we have burrowing owls around us. But they could be just regular. We're in Florida, outside, dude. So let's see. Let's see. What are your thoughts about recent decline in testosterone levels of average teenager? My thoughts are that the way we eat is doing that. Like, I mean, you can't constantly eat ultra palatable processed foods and expect your body to function well. I mean, when we're raising children, like when there's Mountain Dew and sippy cups, that'll tell you. Let's see what else. Those are crows. Those are not crows. How does how long does box gym take to master? I couldn't even fucking tell you. It's just something I'm actually pretty just good at doing. Uh, and it's something I've always done. I've been like doing jump training drills since I was fucking track in high school, like a long fucking time ago. What kind of dog do you have? I have a Chinese Shar Pei. He's like 5 years older than his normal life expectancy, and he's a pain in the ass sometimes, but he's cool. What are your thoughts on why? What are your thoughts on why the rapid push for the jab in mandatory Americans statistics don't back it up? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. I really am not. I'm not going to speculate on the push. It could be partly hysteria. It could be partly it could be all sorts of shit. To tell you the truth. So it's one of those things where I don't know. I don't know the thoughts or motivations behind why people are doing stuff like that. I can't tell you that. I mean, I follow like actual numbers. Like, but I'm not going to let somebody tell me I should be scared of something. I'm going to take a look at the actual numbers, as much of the data as possible, and then I'm going to determine my own personal risk against those numbers. So I won't be mandated. I won't be mandated to do anything like that. That and like I find it weird that like here's the thing I do find it weird. There's no database, so they don't think people are just going to print these things up and say that. And say I've been vaccinated to fill it in. Like there's no database. And it's like it's another thing that's a little weird too about that. Just to point out, just the logical things, like the logical side steps. Um, are all the vaccines are all the same? Like we don't even determine like they all function exactly the same. They all work exactly the same. They all have the same ingredients. We don't like we're not even going to differentiate. Like it's weird, you know. Um, let's see. Hey, Ellen, at what age did you turn around the fat the and lose fat from the pick? What at what age did you turn it around and lose fat from the pick? The thumbnail was taken yesterday, but if you're talking like my biggest, uh, I mean, probably 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago, we became very dedicated to my health. You know, more than anything. What kind of training do I do now? I go to the gym, like either the gym in the garage or the gym that we belong to, just for socialization and shit like that. I probably go 3, 4 times a week there. But I work. I do yoga also with my wife 2 to 3 times a week, and I do one of her live hit training classes for our clients and for other people that subscribe to that. We do a live, basically a live circuit training class, and then I do about 20 to 45 minutes of very seriously hard TRX work every single day, no matter what. Today I'm going kayaking. We'll go hiking next week. Like I just stay really, really, really active. But the TRX workouts I've been doing lately, uh, like no rest, 45 minutes straight go, very, very, very serious contraction, and it's pretty much every like. I'm trying to develop a new system of able to be able to work out at home and still get good muscular development. You know, dealing with like decent hypertrophy work or at least maintenance work and stuff like that with a TRX because I want to be able like a suspension system training because a lot of people are going to get closed down again this fall. I mean, like it's inevitable. It's not even a debate. Like the way it's looking, like people, there's going to be a lot. And here's the thing: there's a lot of people, and this is no shit. This is just to be like chill. There's a lot of people that don't feel safe in the current climate. There's got like this is no shit. This like people need to understand. I think this is where it got twisted, right? There are people, and I've said this from the beginning, that should be very concerned about the 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 germs flying around. They should be super concerned. Those people are super elderly people, super high risk people, and fat people. They should be massively concerned. Obese people should be concerned about every virus that flies around, right? Because every single one of them can kill them, especially any upper respiratory virus, because obese people are in a naturally chronically inflammatory state. Not naturally, but they're in a chronically self-induced inflammatory state due to their obesity. Due to, I mean, as fat cells die off, when so many fat cells accumulate so quickly, they get big, they choke out other fat cells, and that fat cell dies. And when that fat cell dies, your body has an autoimmune reaction to it, and it releases macrophages. The macrophages then attack that. It's macrophages M1 too, but they attack that dead cell because it's dead. And as they eat it, it releases all sorts of fucking highly inflammatory toxins like interferons, IL-6, IL-1, TNF-A, and those things cause inflammation, especially in the lungs. It causes a systemic form of inflammation throughout the entire body. And when your lungs are already inflamed, and those are called cytokines, by the way. When your lungs are already inflamed, one of the things that like people actually die of viruses from, it's called a cytokine storm. It's basically your body goes through an autoimmune response that's so severe that your lungs swell and like you get so much swelling and fluid in your lungs that you suffocate to death and get pneumonia and stuff like that. Well, that happens way more prevalently in obese people because they already have cytokines flowing throughout their system at a higher level. The fatter somebody gets, the more cytokines they have too. You know, so this is like this is just facts and data and dangerous. You know, so anyway, I cut out candy this week. Wow, it's odd how my body craves the sugar. Like, if you don't think you're addicted to sugar, a lot of people really, really, really are. Try not to eat it for like 2 weeks and see how you fucking feel. So, I thought it was on 40. Crazy what healthy lifestyle can do. Thank you very much. Happy birthday from northwestern part in Evangeline. Cool. Thank you very much. Do you think smelling ammonia is safe, like people in powerlifting, strongman? Uh, I don't know the data on it. I don't understand. I don't necessarily get the point of using it all the time. Maybe like a one-time thing. Like using it all the time wouldn't it make it so? Wouldn't it make it so like you build up resistance to it? And it doesn't. Like I don't understand. I've never used them. Like I've never ever once used smelling salts to lift ever. Even when I was lifting really fucking heavy, I never once did. How much water do you get in a day? Right now, about a gallon and a half, somewhere in there. But I am working out outside. I should probably get like 2 gallons. Big ups for telling the Comfortable Booth. I'm 70 pounds thinner now. Great job. Good for you, Gold Shoe Standard. Uh, do you watch any high intensity channels? He also talk. Do you watch high intensity's health channel? He also talks about healthy habits that weren't talked about during the 2020-21. I don't watch other people's content a whole lot. I mean, I just really, really don't. I don't have time. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of reading. I work on my own social media. I don't watch other people's content. I really, what other people are doing, if it's good and it's healthy, great. I'm sounds like the person I would like to watch. But I got to be real. I'm really, really, really busy right now, and I'm not in the habit of watching a whole lot of YouTube. I'm not. I got better things to do. Like, I know it sounds weird, but I watch what YouTube I like it. Some that get sent to me I watch. Some, not all, because I get sent fucking dozens of videos a day, and others I just can't get. I mean, there's only so much time in the day, and I do very, very much so. Like, I try to, like, when I'm done for the day, I'm done for the day. You know, I don't keep going, because if I don't, my ADHD will just keep me going, and then I don't sleep. So, why did you stop making V-Spreads videos? He is still uploading terrible content and giving false information, because I've already said everything I'm going to fucking say. And I mean, it's not my job to fucking watch over him. I mean, there's like so many people make videos on him. Why is it my job still? You know, like, I don't understand. Like, people get so weirded out about that. Like, if that's the only content you watch for, I appreciate you, but then stop watching, because you're not going to see another one. I'm not going to sit down, break apart a V-Shreds video, sit down, come up with jokes, like, go off the top of my head, film myself for like 2 fucking hours, to then edit for another two or three fucking hours or 4 hours out of a very busy fucking day. I'm not going to take that much time. Like, it's almost like a 6-hour fucking project to then have it not be monetized and possibly risk the channel. You guys are fucking. I'm sorry, but that's just stupid. That's stupidity. It's just not. I don't like. He is so fucking insignificant. And if you still follow him, like, here's the thing: you are saved. You know he's an idiot. You just want to be entertained. Entertain your fucking self with it. Like, make a video, tag me on it. I'll watch, and I'll probably clap and laugh if it's funny. But I'm not making any more V-Shreds videos. Why should he care about other fitness YouTubers' videos? It's just a waste of time. It absolutely is. My dad is forcing me to eat more. What should I do? I'm 160 pounds now. Talk to your mom or talk to your other guardians, and like you talk to him. You know, like, what the fuck? I mean, like, you talk anyway. I saw this Instagram reel. What really famous female actor claiming that whey protein stays inside your body for 3 years. Wow, that's fucking stupid. What do you think about CrossFit? If it's done really, really well by athletic people, I think it's a very interesting athletic endeavor and competition. If it's done by some dude who has barely got off his couch in like 3 fucking years and decides he's going to all of a sudden be a CrossFitter and super athlete, he's going to end up hurt, snapped up, fucking with a bad idea of fitness, and probably end up fatter. And that's normally what happens. That's how it goes. Anyway, I'm really struggling with upper chest. Any tips? Go find a weightlifting channel. We'll keep watching regardless. My thing is, and this is no shit, if 2020 and 2021 hasn't shown all of you anything, I'm going to say what I think is important, not necessarily what I think is going to get you guys to watch. Okay, I know that that's a foreign thing. I know that, like, and here's the fucked up thing. Here's the funny thing. I know that's messed up for you guys to think, because just about every other fitness YouTuber will kiss your motherfucking guys' ass and make content on whatever you guys fucking snap to tell them to fucking make. If you post this, you should make a video on V-Shreds on shit, almost every other fucking YouTuber's channel. They'll probably fucking do so. I'm done. Like, I'm done. I don't make content for the fucking, necessarily for the views. I want people to watch my content. Make no mistake about it. I'm not trying to say that. But I'm not making content so people can, like, so everybody can fucking love it and build the fucking popularity, because guess what? To be popular in a system that rewards stupidity, you have to be stupid. Like, I'm not going to fucking suck off the algorithm and try to kiss the fucking audience's ass to the point where the audience dictates the content and therefore it is some sort of microcosm. I'm going to keep making content that I believe is very fucking important, talking about facts and statistics about our health and trying to provide some entertainment. If you want to see other people roast other people, insignificant motherfuckers, people that I fucking have already talked about, that I've pretty much said that I think are complete fucking idiots about everything. Like, I got sent a bunch of fucking things about some dude's fat burner, some fucking, like the fucking lie, like a lying, cheating, historic thief, cheater puts out a substandard fat burner and everybody wants me to make a video. It would be just a video saying, I told you so. He's a fucking liar and a fucking cheater. Why would you fucking trust it? Like, we're done. The conversation's been over. Like, like this person says that. Like, I get so much from you folks. This fitness YouTuber says this. I couldn't give a fuck. Like, have them, like, if people want to refute the shit I say about obesity with other facts that I don't fucking know, that apparently aren't fucking really available because I study this shit meticulously all day long, they can present it. But until then, I don't give a fuck if somebody disagrees. They can fucking prove it with the science. Like, because I literally talk about the science of obesity. So, how to stop caring about lifting big numbers. How did you get rid of that behavior? I grew the fuck up and decided I wanted to live a long fucking lifetime. It's not like I'm not some sort of, like, it's not like I still train athletically. It's not like I'm not, like, probably stronger than the average guy. I don't test my strength. I don't fucking know. But if that's really, really, really important to you, why? Ask yourself why. It's not, you want to get really, really strong to impress other dudes or to fucking, like, feel something else, man. Fucking, like, look for it, Look for the other reasons. People are attracted to passion. It's probably why when you do a roast, it's so funny, but that's not what you're really about. It's not. And it's that content is, I got to be real. I appreciate doing the content. And I the fucked up thing is I love that kind of comedy still. Like, I love doing that kind of comedy. I love watching that kind of comedy. I like fucking, like, satirical, like, kind of, like, mean shit. I love that shit. I love, that's how I grew up. This is how I talk, how most people in my generation talk to each other all the goddamn time. Most of them just became fat, weak pussies and don't talk like that no more. Most of them became complacent and compliant in society and are more worried about keeping up with the Joneses and more worried about what other people think about them than they are anything else. Like, my whole generation, a huge portion of my generation, started really giving a fuck about what other people thought about themselves. And you motherfuckers, that's a sign of weakness. You just got soft and pussyfied. You should fucking fix that shit. You should remember who the fuck you are. But people that, like, act like I'm some sort of fucking, like, evil person for how I talk, this is how everybody I fucking grew up around talked. Like, everybody. My dad used to call me a stupid fuck. Like, here's the thing. Like, my wife and I own multiple businesses, right? I was raised being told to try harder. Second place is first place loser, And all of you out there, you very soft motherfuckers, can say, well, that's abuse. But I would gladly take that and fucking try hard, really fucking hard in life, and have it instilled in me to make sure I keep pushing myself to try to be so good that people just could not fucking ignore me, no matter what. I'll fucking take that than fucking this softness most people got going on. I hate when the audience try to force YouTubers to make videos. Like, most of these fitness channels, if you look, like, they make videos based off of anything their audience wants them to make off, because that's what they're chasing, the fucking views of, a finite audience. I want to get information out. It's not even about views. What kind of cake will I eat today? I'm probably not going to have cake today. I might have a mixed drink. I don't know. I don't really celebrate that way anymore. But I'm sure, you know what, I'll probably drop, like, the tradition I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to work out really, really hard. And then we're going to go kayak. I'm going to work out really, really hard. I'll probably be pretty hungry. Probably going to come home and just have some, like, we're going to have Indian food today. And then besides that, I'm probably just going to have some steak like I normally do and fucking call it a day. I'm going to guarantee my protein and fucking chill, Let's see. Alan, do you have an experience with depression? How to get out of a rut? Talk to a counselor? You should talk to a counselor. If you're in a rut of depression, you should definitely talk to a counselor. If the first thing they do is offer to prescribe you drugs, say great, but what are we going to do about the actual feelings instead of the drugs? Let's see. It gets tiresome after a while. It does. It fucking very much does. I want to be supportive. We both go to therapy. Let's see. I'm sorry, I missed part of your question, dude. Anyway, I'm gonna get to the bottom here. Do you have any recommendations for building endurance after developing a major breathing issue? Talk to your doctor about your major breathing issue to find out if you're allowed first. But people, I'm going to say this one more time. When you say I have a major medical thing going on, what exercises should I do? If I were to answer that online, you should fucking get off. Like you should unsubscribe immediately. Like you get that, right? Like if you go to a fitness YouTuber, like if you say, "Do you have any recommendations for building endurance after developing a major breathing issue?" The automatic response out of any fucking person's mouth, and I don't even give a fuck if they're a doctor or not. If you say that and ask a person like me online to fucking answer that question, and the thing that they say to you is not, you need to talk to your doctor about that because they know your case history and that's what's safe for you. If they say anything but that, get off of the fucking phone and call your doctor because that person just gave you very dangerous fucking advice. They have no idea your medical history. They have no idea what breathing problem is. They have no idea to the degree the breathing problem is. They have no idea any other comorbidities you have. They have no idea how long you've had this breathing issue, what the breathing issue is from, if there's any interactions with the issue, how exercise will interact with the issue. They have no variables. If anybody would actually answer that question, it is a disqualifying statement of their expertise in trying to help people. That's just my opinion, of course. But my advice to you is go talk to your doctor. Let's see. What do you think if an obese person uses black coffee as a pre-workout? I mean, if it's one cup of coffee, if they're chugging coffee, it depends on the coffee. I personally drink coffee because I like it. I drink like 1 or 2 cups a day. Normally just one nowadays. I'm not saying I ever use it really as a pre-workout. Well, I have coffee sometimes beforehand. It's like 50 milligrams of caffeine in a cup of coffee. It's better than a stimulant workout, but I'm going to say this right now. Obese people don't need stimulants. Obese people should not obese people need to get enough. They don't need to gear themselves up so much with a stimulant to work out. An obese person needs to get up every fucking day and be consistent, no matter what they put in their body. They need to consistently move their body. So here's my thing. For all of you out there that think that you need to fucking gear up and take a pre-workout or some caffeine before you work out, you should ask yourself why. Okay, because the rare occasions I do so, the rare occasions I do so, because it's not like I don't take pre-workout and shit like that. I take full-on pre-workouts. I get sent them free all the time, and I try new ones. The only times I take that is when like the workout's either going to be so extreme that the normal I normally would not fucking get it, or I just want to test out the pre-workout, and I normally do a half dose of that shit. Now, I mean, it's like you're not going to trick your body into work. You need to work and then help your body assist it. Like people use supplements like that to try to give them the motivation to work out. Meanwhile, it should be an additive. It should be supplemental. Like that's the problem. I think that's actually a decent video I should make. Obesity is a national security issue. Interesting TED Talk. You should see. I've seen it. I mean, I've absolutely seen it. It's from 2013, I believe, or 2014. Alan, I don't eat meat. Most of my protein intake comes from eggs, lentils, and beans, but it's getting boring after a while. So what other kinds of foods do you recommend other than meat that's rich in protein? Peas, I mean, the thing is, being vegetarian or vegan is very, very fucking difficult if you're feeling restrained. If you like how you're eating, you're good to go. But if you're feeling restricted, I would suggest that you need to find a way not to be. You should need to examine everything like everything else. And unless you're not eating meat for a health reason and you can't seem to feel good on a diet of whole foods when you're eating vegetarian or vegan, I would suggest you consider eating meat again. I know it sucks, but like, to be real, if you're feeling super restricted doing those things, you should probably add meat so you don't feel super restricted, because the feeling of super restriction is not a healthy fucking mindset. Do you ever wish you to power slap people who dry scoop through the screen? Here's the fucking thing. I don't even have that big of a problem with people choosing to do what they do. My problem is that when people don't know it. Here's the fucked up thing, right? Like, people are like, well, but I always get to well, bodybuilders do this, bodybuilders that. I don't know a bodybuilder that thinks it's actually healthier for them to bodybuild. I really don't. Like Mark's stepping on stage today, by the way, for the first time in 8 years, and the way he lives his life now, to get on stage, all he does is add carbs. It's fucking crazy, right? he still says that that's not necessarily healthy because the carb load he has to do. But he wants to. But he's trading it off because he's in that condition already. Like they know they're not healthy. It's like people ask me like, "Well, do you think strongmen are healthy?" Like fucking, do you think Eddie Hall's ever going to say that he's like healthy? Like it's fucking. That's not realistic. You know, like it's a stupid ass argument. But anyway. Um, but no, I don't. I don't wish that. If they can take whatever they want. It's like when an obese person should not be taking that shit anyway. And young people, like young skinny fucking dudes, if you're taking a pre-workout, why? What? You are never gonna be like if you can't motivate yourself to fucking get there all the fucking time. Uh, when you're just starting, you're not gonna fucking get there. No worries, man. My question was if you're got any advice on loving someone who has depression and anxiety. For context, we both go to our own therapy. I want to be supportive. Like to love. I thought you meant for you, one, but two. I mean, dude, like I don't think it should. I don't think that people should be necessarily like supportive sometimes for somebody that's depressed is just being there. I mean, but that's something you guys should go to like a couples counseling thing together too. Like that's the thing. Like I don't understand why you guys like I talk about obesity. Does obesity lead to depression? Yes, I know that. But helping a family member deal with depression, like I don't have that much experience with that. So if you are depressed, you should go talk to a counselor. If somebody in your family is depressed, maybe you should talk to them about going to talk to a counselor if they're not. If you want to understand their plight, maybe you should go to counseling with them, even though you go to independent counseling. But the best advice I can give you guys for depression is to be healthy, have a healthy body, because that will always help depression, always. And I'm not talking aesthetically, I'm talking about just your physical health. Like making sure you're eating and treating your body in a sustainable way that's like healthy, right? And like getting some counseling and shit like that. So anyway, uh, you are not answering my question. Then I'm not answering your question. You don't like show me why I should. Someone made a video saying that vegans cannot synthesize protein from the plant protein as compared to animal proteins. They are it's called bioavailability, and there's some truth to it. I mean, it depends on the item. You can still be vegan and get plenty of protein. I do believe vegans there might be a B12, and somebody's mentioned a creatine deficiency. You know, I mean, it's easy. Those are easy to supplement. The fucked up thing is creatine's a weird thing. I actually talked to like a long extended conversation with the guy that's done most of the research on creatine throughout the course of the history of creatine at the ISSN conference for like a long time. We were talking about inflammation, so we might do something later with that. But like, people understand like I don't actually supplement creatine that often, but I eat like a pound and a half of red meat in a day, or like I eat like a pound and a half of haddock or fish or red meat in a day, and then like if I take a little bit, it's fine. Like I don't really supplement creatine because I get plenty of creatine in my nutrition, but you know, that's my thing. Like you should just be aware of it. So I'm an overweight teen, and I'm determined to change. I've lost 10 kilograms so far, but can't see any difference even when I'm looking at the progress pictures. Am I doing something wrong? You're taking progress pictures after and worrying about the physical aesthetics and worrying about strictly instead of the health. Like that's the thing. Like you're looking for a look instead of a state of health. So that's your problem. That's what you're doing wrong. Let's see. Maybe something someone hasn't asked. What's the lowest body fat percentage a person can get to before it gets unhealthy? It depends on the person. Some people, some people, depending on what for like if you're on TRT or something like that, lower because like your body needs the body fat to create testosterone. Um, like I feel like the weird thing is recently like I actually inflate. This is no shit. I took my weight at the beginning of the month at like 185.1, I think. I'm probably going to be a little heavier this month. I wanted to like really train athletically for a little bit for a bit, so I added more calories back just to make sure I was recovering well. Um, the thing about it is, hang on a second. Let me double check your question. Uh, but that's more long runs for your doctor. I have a hard time believing that under like 7% consistently for the average person, like that's like a fucking job. It's like a job. Even for good genetics, it's like a job. So I personally, and this is no shit, for males I recommend between 10 and 22, and for females I recommend between like 13 and fucking 25 or 30. You know, that's fucking reality. Alan, thanks for the response about depression. I appreciate it a lot. Happy 50th. You're welcome. Thank you. Do you have a skincare routine? I still use Teach Henley all the fucking time. It's a fucking wonderful product. I've seen 12 to 50% for men and up to 20% for men's fine. I think it's even saying it says 22. Uh, Thoughts on losing weight while taking olanzapine? I have no, I don't know the meta interaction on that. So, what kind of split or training style do you do? I really just kind of go by feel. I intuitively train, but I do a lot of TRX right now. General fitness advice for a third shift, rotating workers. I find it very hard to stay consistent and manage hunger. Um, if you can manage, like if you just accept that that's going to be your shifts and then adjust your entire sleep pattern and everything to it, you're good. If not, you do need to build up a habit of like some days you sleep this way, some days you sleep that way, and then set up the habits. You know that's you need to make the inconsistency consistency by default. I know it sounds crazy, but it's hard. What time is it in your country? It's like fucking 8 o'clock, something like that. I'm not going to be on much longer, guys, because I am going to go kayaking here real shortly. What else? What do you use to clean your face? Can you please describe? You look 20 years than you are. I use Teach Henley. No shit. Like for real. I got sent a bunch of free of it, and I've been using it forever. It's a great system, and it's Teach Henley from Aaron Marino. It's a fucking great skin system. I just make sure I make sure I moisturize all the fucking time, shit like that. And fucking I get out in the sun. I mean, the camera's being good. Like I got wrinkles everywhere. The camera's being very fucking nice to me, guys. Like for real. Like I don't worry about that. I worry about my skin because I want elasticity and I want to take good care of myself. I don't. It's not like a youth thing. Although I mean, fucking fine. My dad looks young too, though. It's genetics. Do a daily mobility or cardio routine made you go bald? Taking what? Talking so much about fat people made you go bald, brah. That I want everybody watching to think about this generation's insults, right? I so like the fact that you put laughy faces after that weak motherfucking thing, like you're upset that I'm sharing facts about obesity and trying to get people healthier. So your immediate retort is to go towards some sort of aesthetic insult towards me that I actually have been on video. Dude, I have videos going back as far as fucking like 5 years ago talking about how I love being bald. I have merchandise set up, which by the way, go buy in the merch shelf. Thank you, buddy. In the merch shelf, there's bald acceptance shirts and there's angry bald man shirts. Please go buy about 30 of those motherfuckers. Thank you very much, dude. Like, I mean, that's the thing. You guys are fucking. This generation and their insults is the saddest fucking group of fucking sad everywhere. You guys are the biggest bunch of pussies I've ever fucking seen. No shit. Like, it's fucking, he's trolling you. Yes, I know. Dude, you're stupid too, Cole, because I know he's trolling me. I'm stating that those trolls are the weakest form of troll. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry that goes over your head too. I realize he's trolling, but dude, like my question is, what enjoyment do you even get out of the troll? Because it's just fucking dumb. I mean, like that is some stupid shit. That's not trolling. That is you making your anonymous account look fucking idiotic. That's not trolling. Anyway, let's see. What low impact exercises would I recommend? The ones you don't fucking hate. You know. Hi, I'm pretty new here. Just wanted to know when you first got serious about your health and for what reasons. Several years ago, I already talked about that. Go back and watch. Have I heard of Wings of Redemption? I sure have, but I'm not interested. We aren't allowed to insult each other these days without getting canceled. You know, it's fucking weird. Like weird, you know? Do you think living in Florida with so many days of nice weather helps people stay active? Absolutely. I've been much more healthy since I've moved down here. Yeah. Can you be healthy in terms of your heart without running? Yes. Do you know who Chris Chan is? I've heard the name. For the last 7 to 8 months, and so I've been walking up. You've been walking. Good. Sounds like you're doing. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. So it seems like I'm at the end of the questions. I'm going to take just a few more questions, and then I'm going to get the fuck out of here because I'm going to get workout in, and we're going to go kayaking. I'm very fucking excited. I just want to thank Alan for helping me to realize the importance of putting my health first. Thank you very much. I appreciate you very, very much so. So listen, for those of you that are looking for in the comment section below, Damn Collective, we are. Do calisthenics so well? I do calisthenics almost daily. So. But most people do stay inside in Florida. No, they don't. No, they don't. Do you think getting temporarily canceled can benefit to your brand? I It hasn't benefited so far, and I've been canceled for about 2 years, so I'm still gonna just keep doing it. My BMI is 25, but I look skinny. Why is that? I've done powerlifting for a year. For a year, shut up. I mean, I don't believe you. I mean, like first of all, if you look skinny and you're at a 25 BMI, it could be just be your genetics. Secondly, how much body fat do you have? They're like, it is ridiculous that you're even worried about that shit. I'm just letting you know that. Anyway, don't hate fat people for the things they can't control, brah. Like, so they can't control the food they put in their mouth. That's pretty weak. Like like your attempt to fat acceptance, whatever. Like you just claim that they're so fucking weak and inept uh, that fucking they can't stop what they put in their mouth. Like because if you're saying what they put in their mouth doesn't matter, you're trying to imply that they actually can't starve. Like I understand that you guys like facts and shit isn't the fucking like best thing on your mind, but that is like drowned in a rainstorm trying to look up to see where the rain's coming. Fucking stupid, dude. It really is. Hopping down, thoughts on DeSantis. He's a fucking awesome governor. And uh, when did you start box jumping and how high is your jump now? I haven't tested the height of my jump in a long time and I don't plan on doing so. Um, Still probably around 48 or 50, especially because like that's how I trained. But I started in track like when I was like 13, 12 or 13, something like that. I've just been doing it ever since. Let's see. When I was fat, I was only fat because I was greedy as fuck. Exactly. No, like seriously, I'm 5'11", 187 pounds, and I've been training for 2 years, but I still look skinny as fuck. Is it a hard gainer thing, dude? I'm not even gonna entertain that shit. Like, I mean, you've been working out for 2 whole years. Congrats. Add 30 some onto that and get back, right? Like fucking. You think you've been like first of all, if you're at a BMI your BMI of 25 at 187 to 5'11, still didn't mention if you've got a beer gut or whatever. You're saying you look skinny, but like maybe maybe it's your frame, whatever, or it could be, and I know this is fucking crazy, just your opinion. You don't even hate on fat people. I know. It's fucking sad. I mean, when they say stuff like that, that's the thing. They have to say that because they can't refute any of the information I say. Like they have to make it so it's a matter of emotion because they cannot uh, at all refute the actual data. So tried hard kata, basically moving around while tensing up all the muscles. Great for when not allowed to go anywhere. I've never tried it, but it makes sense. It's a similar concept to Tai Chi, which is like it's a constant body movement type thing. I feel it, and I mean I do a lot of yoga. The actual you can do yoga in a fucking standing space. So I prefer that more than anything. I think I'm at the end of the questions. Pretty good. Only one troll. Now somebody asked what I got canceled for. Telling the truth, sharing data and perspective. Being right. So I've got two friends. Both of them are 6'1". One is 330 and one is 110s. How can I help them? They have to help themselves. Like I mean, like what the fuck? Are you atheist? Why or why not? I'm atheist. Yes, because I'm an atheist. Because that's what I believe. I've got a friend who's 350, 6'1", and 15 years old. Got any advice for him? I talked to the parents, and then I personally think that that's child abuse. Maybe an ectomorph. Just kidding. Just kidding. Funny. The fact that you're trying to encourage people to live longer and some people still believe you are hurting people is crazy. That's because they're the weakest fucking form of people ever. What's going to be my birthday? What is going to be your workout today? Probably 40 minutes of TRX and probably 3 or 4 hours of kayaking. I appreciate you and thank you very much. I love you, how honest you are, mad respect. Thank you very much. And today, like I said, I'm just going to get a nice little workout in. Have a great birthday. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. It's been 45 minutes. That's been long enough on my birthday. Why does everyone try to pressure us to get the jab? Because it's the end thing and people don't have critical thinking skills lately, I think. If anyone wants to do the annual summer cookout, prepare for someone who grew up in a family of obese people. We're not eating is considered kind of insult the host. Stick to the proteins that come off the grill. I mean, paleo or keto, why label? Like, for some people paleo, for some people keto, for some people just low glycemic. I can tell you this right now: everybody should eat no processed carb. People should consider processed carbohydrates only for pleasure and very occasionally. You should not wake up to processed carbs. You should not drink processed carbs. You should not do that on a regular basis. Like, your body does not know how to compute that shit. It's one of, if I guarantee this, I have yet, and this is no shit, I have trained thousands of people. I've gotten tens of thousands of emails of how many people we've helped at this stage. This is no shit. I have yet to have anybody be like, hey, I went off ultra processed carbohydrates and my health got worse. Not one. Not one. I know that's very anecdotal from thousands and thousands and thousands of coaching people and tens of thousands of people I've interacted with. But I have yet to have one person say, hey, I stopped eating ultra processed carbohydrates and my body got worse, or this got worse, or that got worse. You know what happens when people go off ultra processed carbohydrates? They normally realize that they're addicted to those motherfuckers, because when they go off them, all of a sudden they can't think about anything fucking else. They realize they're addicted to those motherfuckers, and then you should get some help for that shit. But you're inherently healthier by not ingesting highly inflammatory foods. It's just fucking reality. Let's see. Nothing like being active outdoors. People don't know what they're missing, really. It's fucking amazing. I love it. So, why don't you do a 10,000 calorie challenge? Because they're stupid as fuck, and so are the people that do them. Just checked in. Da-da-da-da. Do you work with women? Work with women with PCOS? Yes, all the time. Many of them. As PCOS is not an automatic sentence to be obese. I have most of the time losing weight will help your symptoms of PCOS. By the way, it's fact. You know, like I have clients that have lost 120, 130 pounds that have PCOS. It's reality. Like, the thing is, the PCOS makes it harder, and then the making of it harder makes the person give up, and then they have people telling them that that's no big deal, and that they just can't lose weight because of the PCOS, so therefore they just gain fucking weight. I mean, yes, you can lose weight with PCOS, and we work with them all the time. Please do check the link out below. We will gladly help you. TRX is best. I like all the suspension systems, to tell you the truth. I've got 3 different ones in the house right now. I'm 51, try to do your stand to push up thing yesterday, fail. But here's the thing, people, don't try to push yourself off the ground like I showed you guys. Just try to fucking get up off the fucking ground. That's what you said. What's wrong with pasta? It tastes great and it's healthy. It's not healthy. It's a processed carbohydrate that fucking hits your system and causes a dopamine release into your brain. It is an item that is stripped of all micro and macronutrients, and then some might be added back in. There's plenty wrong with processed carbohydrates. You just think it's good and yummy, so therefore you want it and want to fucking argue back against it, even though you present no data that says that pasta is good for you and is healthy. None. Just because they tell you it's healthy, ultra processed carbohydrates are not healthy for you. There's like mountains of data to prove it. Like mountains of data to prove it. They are inflammatory. So, have you ever done personal training before? Yes, I don't really love training people in person, though. Do you struggle with any kind of addictions? I'm definitely a binge eater. I mean, I'm diagnosed binge eating, so, and I do consider that kind of a minor form of food addiction, especially because like I completely abstain from several items, including peanut M&Ms. Protein shake or eggs. Eggs. I take proteins. I take protein shakes sometimes. Like I love Planta protein from Ambrosia. Love it. And I'll take like 2 scoops of their either peanut butter and jelly, or 2 scoops of their like of something else that tastes really sweet. I'll put a little oat milk in it, and I'll stir it up, and that'll be like my pudding, like a couple times a week, like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I view it as nothing. I view that still as pleasure, though, because it's a very sweet flavored thing. But I do allow myself something just for pleasure multiple times a week. Normally once a week is when it's just like, okay, I'm going to have like a frozen drink, or I'm going to have like a piece of creme brulee with my wife. But most of the time, like probably another 4 or 5 times of the week, I'll have something that's just meant to be sweet at the end of the day, meant for pleasure, but also has some micronutrient profile to it. Once a week, I eat something. I don't give a fuck what's in it. But if I'm going to eat something that tastes sweeter, the rest of the days of the week, I make sure that there's at least some protein, or like the Planta protein's got a really good micronutrient profile. It's got the 2 scoops of it is 100% of your daily biotin, which is also good for hair, skin, nails, that sort of thing too. But I do take a very good multivitamin for prophylaxis. I take Immortal from MTS, and I actually take the I'm on the like Immunity Stack Plus from Immortal, from MTS from Tiger Fitness. So let's see. I'm gonna go back. It's healthy if you're active and play sports. What's healthy? Pasta? No, it's not. It's still not healthy. It's still an inflammatory food. Keep saying non-facts. It's not. Uh, it is not. It is an item. It isn't like what nutritional value does an actual piece of pasta provide besides carbohydrate, which is not a non-essential macronutrient. Like you don't need carbohydrates. You need fats and you need proteins. You need amino acids and fatty acids. You do not need carbohydrates. So tell me what the ultra processed food that does cause inflammatory responses in the body the very second you take it in a higher response than other carbohydrates, which also other carbohydrates just give a higher inflammatory response to your gut and your digestional tract than even just like meats and fats, which is much more low inflammation on your digestional tract. But you are literally taking in processed carbohydrates from the pasta that will, at the very least, cause a higher inflammatory response in your entire GI tract. Like it is the first thing people tell you to try to get healthy that they actually should tell you: stay away from the ultra processed carbohydrates. You trying to say it's yummy and if you're fit, it's good for you. They are never good for you. It is an ultra processed food. It is not good for you. It is convenient. It is tasty. You may like it. You may hold on to it. I don't give a shit if you jack off with it. It is still not healthy for you. I usually eat pasta before hockey game, 40 years old. Good for you, but you're fueling an athletic endeavor. That doesn't mean it's healthy. The hockey's not healthy for you either, just to be real. But if you like it, go for it. If it's healthier for you to do the hockey and get beat up and everything like that and get smashed into the boards, that's good. I like physical activity like that. But it's not necessarily means that because I eat pasta before I play hockey, that the pasta is good for me. That's just fuel. You're just trying to gain fuel. I would argue that if you are in an obese state or an overweight state, skip the pasta and let the actual fucking activity burn the fucking fat off. Peanut M&Ms are my downfall. They're fucking liquid crack balls. There's a mountain of data to prove the COVID vaccine, but this is Jim Dore, Tucker Carlson stuff. See, the thing is, the vaccine does stop. Like, I've never said it doesn't work. Okay, I'm just stating facts that it doesn't stop transmission apparently at all. There's much data coming up right now that show that it would actually increase transmission. Just so you're aware, like it's showing that people that have it are getting like infected at a higher rate. Like there's more hospitalizations from vaccinated people than unvaccinated people. Like I'm not saying this is real. Just so you understand, I've advised many people to take it. If they ask me my opinion, like my elderly parents, I told them both to fucking take it, like immediately, because they're elderly. The risk is worth it for them to be able to gain some freedom and everything like that, because they're at a very real risk, especially if they have respiratory illnesses. But anybody that's gotten COVID already, that's actually gotten it already, that has the antibodies, why would they give up natural protection, which is much longer lasting factually? Factually, we know, factually, it lasts longer. Like, we are sure now, it lasts longer. Why would anybody give that up? I will gladly, if I don't already have the antibodies, I'll go get antibody tested. And if I have antibodies, there's no way that I would possibly even think about it, even if it was FDA approved. Because if I already have the antibodies, I already have natural immunity. There's no sense in me taking it. I challenge you to produce a reason why somebody that's had it before, that already has antibodies, that will not get it, that cannot transmit it because they have the natural antibodies, should get something that kills those antibodies off and causes it so that they can now contract, get sick from, and transmit said thing. Natural immunity for the win, always. What we should have done in the first place. I was right, you guys were wrong. I'm sorry you don't like that. But I'm not saying not to take this thing. I'm saying you should weigh it out. If you're young and healthy and don't have the antibodies, like, why would you take it? Like, I'm very, very healthy. My personal chances are very minuscule. And if you're saying I should take it to avoid spreading it to other people, that's not true, because they spread it to other people. Like, you can't come up with a logical reason why I should take it. That's the thing. Like, you can't come up with a logical reason that I personally, in my personal opinion, you can't give me a reason that outweighs my own personal choice for it. I am not at high risk. I'm at very, very, very nominal risk. My car is more dangerous to me than the vid, statistically. Okay? I understand it's hard for many of you, because for many of you, that's not the case. For many of you, you should be pretty afraid. For those of you that have lived on Ho-Hos, Twinkies, and everything like that for the last 3 years, you should be pretty fucking terrified right now. You should be. You should be, because the vaccine's going to be harder on you, because it does cause some getting used to, apparently. That's going to be hard on you. It's not going to protect you as well. as we found out through science, and we've already known because vaccines don't protect obese people as well, and it's not going to stop you from spreading it to people. I just don't understand why if it doesn't stop any of that, why it should intercede on me, and I still don't understand why I should take something to make other people feel better when they can fucking stay home. I mean, nobody's told me that either. It's fucking crazy. I mean, you guys and you can say to it's this thing, that thing, try to insult, make it seem like it's diminished, but none of you have come up with any data to refute what I say. So you can keep insulting or trying to straw man your way out of not addressing the facts that I'm delivering. That's fine, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm delivering facts and you're presenting straw mans. And that's been 2020 and 2021. Like, just because you say, oh, he wants people to die, you can't prove that what I'm saying is actually going to cause, like, what I'm saying would actually help more people. So please, like, get healthy. How has that ever hurt anybody? Like, this data shows that if you take 5,000 IUs of vitamin D, that your body cannot produce cytokine storms, and therefore, or has a much harder time producing cytokine storms. Like, it reduces it down to a very small fraction. And since people that die straight of the vid without other comorbidities, they die of cytokine storms. If you are healthy without comorbidity and you supplement vitamin D, your chances of survival and just developing natural immunity are catastrophically high. Like super, 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 super high. So if I've supplemented myself to the point where I can't actually, I should, like, the chances of me having a cytokine storm, an inflammatory storm in my lungs, which is the cytokines we were talking about earlier, that cytokines are actually they're like pro-inflammatory things, interferons, interleukins, TNFA. Those things are released by dying fat cells as a person gets more and more and more and more obese. You are in a chronic inflammatory state already, and then you're going to get something else that's going to inflame you, such as the vid, because that's what it does. It causes systemic cytokine storm in your system. Me telling people to get healthy and avoid that shit and take vitamin D to avoid that shit is not me shaming anybody. It's not me being mean, and it's not refutable by you saying that I listen to Tucker Carlson when you don't even know if I do. I have been open for years that I'm independent. I've been very against this jab, even when it was a Republican thing, because it's stupid. People should make choices, and we should never, I'm not gonna jab something into me that's not FDA approved. I don't trust the FDA to begin with all that much, but if they're not gonna approve it, or it's only for emergency use authorization only, when there are other therapies, there's other things I can do to mitigate on my own in a healthy way, that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't understand. You have yet to release compelling information that means I should do anything else besides try to say something about, like, either how I look or how you think I feel. Like, you guys are the weakest generation ever. It's pathetic. Like, it's like literally, it's like playing chess with a pigeon. And I've used this analogy before, but it is like, no matter how strategic your move is, no matter how well thought out your data is, and no matter how clear and precise the actual information is, no matter what, as we move our pieces around the board, it's like playing chess with pigeons with these lemmings. You are just going to shit all over the board, walk around as if you're triumphant, and act like you've won something, when in fact you have just shit all over the place and look like you're just shitting all over the place, looking all triumphant. Like, that's how you people look. It's like you look like a pigeon playing chess. All you do is shit, and all you do is just walk around and knock shit over without actually doing any fuck thing. Anyway. Nobody knows long-term side effects. Nobody. Your vertical jumps are the most awesome thing on YouTube. No, and that's honestly, it's not like a vertical. It's just like, it's me using my body anyway. People worry about losing muscle when they're obese. It is ridiculous. Top 3 sources of protein for me: chuck steak, sirloin, bison. I'll even add tuna and salmon. I'll do 5, and eggs, 6. How high is the vertical jumps that you posted on the Chris Harry vid? The one was 42. The one I did, one with 42 and one with 48. The pistol squat, the box squat into pistol squats were 42, and then 48 was the highest one. Rice, sweet potato, and beans. I eat all those at some point in time. I normally eat them later on in the day, though. Pasta has selenium. Good job. Fucking great. Yeah. Do you still do yoga every day? Hey, Alan. I want to be vegan for ethical reasons, but so many people tell me it's bad. What do you think of the vegan diet? You got to watch B12. You got to watch protein intake. You got to watch protein assimilation. You got to watch all sorts of shit. Just like any other very fucking serious micro, macro, or food group restrictive eating. It's very restrictive. You're going to feel very restricted going vegan, in my opinion, of course. So, what are some of the sites that you read for scientific research from? I will literally go to anyone. I follow the study. Like I will read an article and then I'll follow that link. And I don't read articles that don't have the link study. And then I'll follow that link to the study, and then I'll follow that link to the source information of the study, if it's a cohort study or if it's a control trial. And then I will read the whole study. So it doesn't matter wherever it's posted. 90% of that, and then I'll look at the study to see like sample size and everything like that. So 90% of vaccinated countries have highest rates of COVID. Funny, crazy, huh? People end with bruh. Need to slap into adulthood. Can you give an example of what countries? Yeah, we shut down the world over faulty testing. The PCR test doesn't even differentiate between COVID and the flu. It's fucking crazy. How many IUs of vitamin D do I take in? Anywhere between 5,000 and 7,500, depending upon the load of the entire stack. Am I pro-vaccine? I'm pro-science. So, and I've taken every vaccine besides the one that's out recently. Every one. I've taken every single one. I worked in healthcare for a long time. I literally, there was many weeks where I walked the ICU wards doing meal rounds of 4 or 5 different hospitals every single week. No mask, no nothing, but I did get, I mean, I had the flu vaccine at one point in time for multiple different places, still got the flu. Like, I mean, I'm sure that, once something's science, like once it's been on a long time, like, yes, but I'm not going to take something that we decided to fucking, like, quick put together and bake. It's just not happening. Like, I know too much about fucking healthcare, and I know too much about, and I've read too much about it, like, from the information that they've released about their own thing. So, let's see. I accuse you of listening to Tucker Door because you're using same excuses they are. If taking vitamin D and exercising alone cures you from COVID, it does. I never said that. Like, you don't even pay attention. Like, these people don't even pay attention. That's the problem. I was saying that people get sick like the entire time I discussed that with you. You only heard what you wanted to hear because like you can't stand me. Like, did like Vin Diesel bang your mom or something like that? Like did J.K. Simmons like did you have a bad experience? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, at least listen to everything I say if you're gonna try to fucking paraphrase for me, because all you're doing is trying to restate something and again produce another fucking red herring or straw man. Vitamin D helping to recover from and avoid serious illness for upper respiratory diseases is not some sort of crazy shit. It is established science, proved over and over and over and over and over again. 80% of all deaths of this with I shouldn't even say but with this virus have been vitamin D deficient, you dumb fuck. It's true. It's like this scientific fact that you fuckers don't want to fucking accept. If for no other reason, say it does nothing else. It helps with so many other things. Why would you not take it? What is the resistance? The resistance is because you don't want to admit you're fucking wrong, and you have no data to prove that you're not fucking wrong. You know, I have data to prove I'm fucking right. So you have to try to diminish it by saying I listen to this person, listen to that person, when in fact I'm listening to the fucking studies and the science, the established science and the new science for this shit. I'm looking at the fucking numbers. If you are a healthy young person under the age of 60, the burden of the disease is almost entirely obesity and vitamin D deficient based, almost entirely. If a person under 60 years of age passes away with COVID, it's due to comorbidities. Under 60, no comorbidities, especially supplementing vitamin D. It is massive. It is less deadly than the flu. Like, I mean, this is facts, people. Even with all that, on the World Health Organization website is a published study by Dr. John Ioannidis that shows that the infection fatality rate of this whole thing is between 0.2 and 0.28. The seasonal flu. Like, I mean, like, it is that stupid. Like, you people sound so crazy over something that is just like a seasonal flu. It is a seasonal flu. According to the World Health Organization, its estimated infection fatality rate is that of the seasonal flu. Like it's fact. It's on. It's like it's on their websites. Like it's on the people that have you so terrified. What's on their websites is the shit that's coming out of my mouth that's upsetting you so bad. That's how stupid you are. It's incredible. Obesity is the pandemic. Simple as that. It is the absolute pandemic we should be facing. Absolute. Imagine the missed opportunity is insane. In fact, that's the video for today. A few friends of mine have stopped talking because they said they were waiting for the C-19 trials in 2023. Ridiculous. Then you're not your friends. So I spoke with an ER physician here in Canada. He said that to transport out 50 patients on ventilators, he said 100% overweight with type 2 diabetes. Sorry, I was making fun of your voice because I thought you were about to. It's 100%. Like people need to understand. By the way, Scrimmage Lover 83. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. I forgot to thank you. But yeah, I mean, like it's these are the people. These are the people that do the dying. Old people and obese people, they do the dying most of the time. Just be real. So, yep, biggest grift and power grab, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. So if I missed you, I missed you. Hey, Alan, what are your thoughts on intermittent fasting and caloric management? It's mainly because it helps keep eating late at night. I mean, I eat between like basically like 2 and fucking 6 in a day. Like, so I don't even call it intermittent fasting. It's just where I'm at. So it says regular flu kills between blah, 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 and 1.5 million a year. Just because somebody that dies of COVID doesn't mean it's killed them. Exactly. Most die. Actually, the average age. This is no. This is also CDC. Okay. On the CDC website, 95% of all people that have passed away with COVID-19 have died with it with the average of 4 other serious comorbidities. Four other serious comorbidities with the average age between 78 and 80, which is the average age of life expectancy. These are the people that do the dying. You get that, right? That is including that's including the young people that have lifestyle themselves into death also. So if you take that and say 600,000 people have actually passed away with COVID in the year, in almost 2 years, by the way, in almost 2 fucking years. Why are we still counting this number as if it's one big fucking number? Should we do this for the flu? Should we do this for obesity? I mean, like obesity's killed 600,000 people in the last year and a half too. I guarantee it's probably killed a lot more. It's led to a lot more death than that. But why are we still looking at this number as a cumulative number? That's another good video. So, I actually just thought of the name of the video, and if I got off. But anyway, on the CDC website, only 5% of people that have passed away. So that's like under 35,000 people in a year and a half have passed away of COVID-19. That's on the CDC website, not the actual number. The whole number is on there, and then they tell you the percent of it. They don't give you the percent, but 600,000 plus people times by 5% is under 35,000. That's like third grade math for many of you, probably like high school math, but because fucking remedial. But third grade math tells us that if we take 600,000 and times it by 5%, it's 30. And yet we're freaking. Get healthy. Obesity has killed just as many people likely in the same time frame as COVID. It has definitely led to many more times death due to its impact on type 2 diabetes, cardiorespiratory illness, stroke, cancer. It's killed way more people in this time frame than the vid. And the vid, a lot of people that passed away the vid, clearly 95% of them, I bet you like 80% of them passed away with obesity, which adds to it. We know this. It's statistical. It's scientific. You people just don't want to see it. If we literally had half the obesity rate, we could cut the fucking burden in half of everything, not just the vid, because the vid is rather insignificant. You understand that in the scope of death. Like heart disease killed way the fuck more people last year than the vid, right? You guys still understand that. Lifestyle-driven heart disease killed way the fuck more people, way the fuck. Add type 2 diabetes, many times, like 8, 9, 10 times as many people as the vid. Reality. Like, you people are fucking crazy. You're so fucking hissy fitting. If you want people to be forced to do something to them, you should do something to yourself. If you're a morbidly obese person, you should fix that shit before you ask people to help you. I, I'm not. I like Piers Morgan was like, we should not give Piers Morgan the fat fuck. Yeah, I mean, like, I got a newsflash for you, Piers. Before you tell other people what they should do with their body, you should fix your own shit. Fucking. Anyway, and here we go. They don't even have a test for the Delta variant. Exactly. That, by the way, that does need to be done in the lab. Like, you need to do a genetic test for that. It's fucking crazy. They're just like fucking feeding you guys shit. They just say shit. So, let's see. Let's see. Happy birthday, Alan. This is Joel Rice. How you doing, man? Happy birthday, and thanks for the giving a damn when a lot of people don't, arguing about obesity. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Ugh, Alan. I like you, but it's hard to listen. I've mentioned before, I've lost 5 family members of COVID, 3 healthcare workers, 2 elderly, non-obese. Okay. Your anecdotal data does not stand up to the year and a half worth of statistics. I feel very bad for you. One, it's not really that believable, though. Okay. So you're saying that only 5% of people, by the CDC numbers, have passed away of COVID-19, and you just happen to know 5. Like, like all of them. Like, I'm sorry, but like, there's probably some other issues. And yes, I mean, uh, you're like 2 elderly. Well, first of all, 2 elderly. They pass away. They're the people that do the dying. 3 healthcare workers. Healthcare's not that healthy. So I get what you're saying, and I'm not questioning you. I'm not. But your little anecdotal spill here does not change a fuck thing. Okay? I'm speaking on actual literal data. Your emotional appeal, which is all that is, it's an appeal to an argument of emotion. You're trying to basically get me to stop because you have had personal loss in your life, which I do feel for. But I do find you using the deaths in your life to try to dismiss actual statistical information to be massively disingenuous, incredibly disrespectful to their memories. Like, incredibly disrespectful to their memories. Like, you literally just used the supposed deaths of people in your life to try to shame me from telling facts. Go marinate with that shit. If it's in any way true, go marinate with that shit. Okay? Like, really, like, go look at their pictures and think that you just tried to use them to try to win an argument against actual data, and then fucking reflect on yourself. Fucking. I'm finally under 300 pounds since the early 2000s. That's fucking awesome. Good job. I agree. Obesity is the biggest risk factor. Next to age, obesity is the #1 risk factor. For people under the age of 60, the entire burden of disease seems to be mostly fall upon obesity. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The hospitals are not full. They were not full last year. When people are like, the hospitals are almost full, they're at 95% capacity. If I took a time machine and took you back every year to that exact moment in time in respiratory season, hospitals would be 110, 115% occupied. They'd have 110, 150% of their census. They are built as somebody that worked on hospital budgets. They are built to run between 90 and 100% capacity for optimization of cost reduction. You see, they can optimize the fixed costs to a minimum. If they stay at 90 to 100% capacity, the actual cost for the fixed plant operations, upper management, salaries, keeping the lights on, those sorts of things, that is how those things are minimized. If they get higher than 100%, they have to pay overtime, they have to do all sorts of shit. But that's why they're built to run. They're like, nobody is going to open a hospital that is not meant to be full, you dumb fucks. Not as long as they can, not as long as they can do it by the standards. Nobody's going to. So being scared by the amount of hospital, by the percent that hospitals full, most of these hospitals weren't even close to full. They just didn't have enough people to staff because they had let people off. Like, it's stupid. Like, it's moronic. Anybody that knows anything about how the actual hospital, anybody with any administrative experience, yet alone a decade and a half, would tell you that hospitals were not overrun, that hospitals, in fact, had plenty more room, that we had a staffing shortage that we created ourselves by letting people go. It is insane. Like, I mean, like, people, get there. Let's see. I'm not trying to dismiss anything. I'm letting you know that real people are affected. No shit, Sherlock. And you are absolutely disrespecting it. Like, I can't even say that it's true because like your statement, it doesn't even like statistically add up. 3 healthcare workers have passed away. Where? Tell me. Show me. Put the links to their names. If 3 hospitals, like in the climate we are in, that would have made the news. Show me the link. And if it's so, I feel bad for you. I feel bad that you personally lost something. But you trying to put the real people thing, the appeal to emotion on actual data, makes you soft and so insulting to the people that you claim passed away. Like it's so insulting their memory. Like you're a horrible fucking person if you do that. Like literally. Like I say it's unfortunate all the time that people pass away. Newsflash, elderly people die. Guess what? Healthcare workers know that they're fucking putting themselves in the way, and I can almost guarantee you that they were perfectly healthy healthcare workers. There's barely any perfectly healthy healthcare workers. It's fucking crazy. Ah! My dog's acting up. Get over here, deaf boy. Now. Oh, shit. Come on. I'll be right back. I'm going to answer a few more questions and leave. Sorry about that. I had to take care of the dog. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what you're trying to do. Like, you're trying to stop me from saying shit by having some sort of emotional appeal that you very seriously sound like you made up. If you didn't, like I said, I feel really bad, but you should feel much worse for trying to use them as a fucking excuse to try to fucking win a conversation based upon data. So I feel bad for you if it's actually true that you lost those people. I feel really bad that you're so fucking weak that you would tarnish their fucking memory by trying to use it to win an argument. You're a piece of shit human being. Just be real. Let's see. So what's it like being 50? Same. I feel healthier and better, and life is better now than when I turned 40, and that's the goal. Every year it get better. But people were dying like flies, not just in the USA but all over the world. People were not dying like flies. People again. Many more people passed away from cancer, heart disease, diabetes last year than COVID. You fucking hissy fitting is not changing that shit at all. And again, people were dropping over like flies from their comorbidities, 95% according to the CDC. But you can get there; it's real. Hospitals designed to operate at near capacity. They don't build wings of ICU beds. Yep, just to be unused. Exactly, especially ICU beds because they can charge through the fucking nose for them. 5 million worldwide in 3 years is not a plague you pretend it is. Anyone worried that they will lose their job because the mandatory? Not me. So, hospitals overrun, but they sacked a whole bunch of nurses and carers. Yeah, because that makes sense. Exactly. It's not just hospitals; it's the ICUs and ventilators and ERs that were a big problem. No, they weren't. Not one hospital got overloaded. I mean, at all. At all. Like. I'm speaking statistical data to you, and you're just hissy fitting and stomping your foot because you don't know shit. Let's see. Medical staffing is going to get worse. Yeah, absolutely. You try to force it, like real deal, and I know this upsets many of you. About half of my online coaching clientele, which by the way you can get at damncollective.com. There's a link in the description box below. We are going to run a special today for my 50th birthday, so it's down in the description box below. But just to be real, about half of them are either doctors or nurses, like just because half of them are, including about 3 or 4 endocrinologists and a ton of ER nurses, like a ton of ER nurses, tons and tons and tons, right? Probably like a dozen of them just alone, right? You know, the thing is, none of them want to take it either because they actually realize what's going on, you know. And I have a lot of them are quitting or going into private nursing. A lot of them. Why are you saying claim passed away? Because I don't believe you. That's not right. I wrote you months ago on a live about my family member that died. That still doesn't prove it. And if you wrote it months ago about your family member that died, you were trying to use your family member's death to win an argument. You're a horrible human being. Like, you're horrible. Like, I am speaking data. I understand it if you're having an emotional response to it, but you using their death to try to win an argument makes you such a shitty person. Like, I mean, it makes you so horrible. Like, do you realize that? Like, every time you think of that person from now on, their memory of the person that died or did not die, because just because you say it happened, I have no fucking proof. You have no proof of what you say. I have data on every fucking website. Okay, you're trying to get an emotional response to win some sort of emotional triggered argument because that's all you fucking have, because that's the extent of your intellect, and you cannot refute the data that I say. So you need to go to an emotional response to try to make me feel bad, when in fact you're the one that's trying to use the death of your fucking supposed friends, supposed relatives, or whatever, blah blah blah, whatever you fucking make up. I don't give a shit. You're trying to take that and use that to make me feel bad to get your point across, when in fact, dude or girl, I don't fucking judge. I don't care. You are being really shitty to their memory if they actually fucking existed. And if they don't exist, I would hate to be real people in your life, because you care so little about them. You would view their death as a way to try to win an argument. You look that fucking horrible. That's who you are. Carry on. Bunky, that they're trying here in Florida. My job is trying to. Casey DeMose, we're out in Florida, man. I keep meaning to get back to you, dude. I'm just really busy. But where in Florida are you again? Can we see the dog? No. My dog is named Death Boy. His name is actually Scooshy Von Wrinkles. Just so you know, he's a full-bred Shar-Pei, so that's his actual name, Scooshy Von Wrinkles. No, I will not show you the dog. He's chilling. He's doing his own thing. And let's see here. Question. When all this subsides, do you think they will correlate all fatalities with obesity and push for healthier lifestyles? They will not do that. Not one public health official has said anything about obesity. Most politicians haven't said anything about obesity. We absolutely know that it is the driver of the death rate. It is factual. Obesity is the driver of the death rate. In countries where there's low levels of obesity, the death rate is a tenth of what it is here. And the fact that, again, 95% of the people are passing away with multiple comorbidities, and 88% of them were overweight, and like 80% were obese. And the obesity and overweightness is heavy, like that portion is heavy towards the fucking younger population. So no, they won't say anything. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm finishing up the last couple questions. Let's see if my dog actually exists. Okay. See, that's the thing. Like, again, dude, or dudette, I don't give a fuck. You like, all you're doing is like, you realize you've lost, right? Like, when you get to the point where now you're just going to like say as much insulting shit as you can, like, you've lost. Like, if you found it insulting, if those people actually passed away in your life, I feel for you. Okay, I really do. I feel bad, because I just like I feel bad. Death actually happens. It's like this fucking thing we tried to shut off in 2020 and 2021, but it actually fucking happens. The thing is, you use them to try to win an argument. Like, you're a horrible person. Like, you should go reflect. Maybe get some counseling for that shit, because you're a horrible, horrible person. You realize that, right? Like you should go reflect on yourself. You really should. Can you at least describe the dog? He's a Chinese Shar-Pei. Disney has stated they're going to mandate all employees be vaxxed. I won't go. Love your content. Thank you very much. And the last couple questions. Yeah, no more Disney. I just won't go. What the fuck? I don't care. He did describe the dog as a full-blooded Shar-Pei. Exactly. People just like it. Anyway, thank all you guys. I'm going to go enjoy my 50th birthday. I hope to talk to all you motherfuckers tomorrow. Goddamn.